Hey guys, welcome to Raja Makes Money. How are all my money makers doing? And hey, another day in the green. There's the lucky chicken. Chicken dinners all around for everybody. So hope you guys had a great day in the marketplace. I mean, just crazy how much the market was up today. Thanks to Netflix. Just huge in the marketplace today. Just crazy. I'm still blown away. And then Apple. I don't know. God, it's been so tough because I'm looking at these calls and puts and contracts, and I'm thinking, what do we play? Where's it going? You got earnings next week. Remember, we had a great week last week, and then last Friday we got stung. So I'm just trying to be a little careful, and we got a lot of pennies and regular stocks in play. So it's so much going on. It's just so hard to predict. And I even looked at like Tesla contracts today because they're premiums, and it's just like, what is the market going to do? And you got Bitcoin is, down 1,000, 1,500 points today. And I mean, it's just crazy. But you guys are probably all wondering what my worst stock in the entire portfolio is. I'll let Jeff Schwartz tell everyone because I see him in the house. Just kidding. But after hours today, Jeff, it's up. So maybe something's going to happen. But actually, we had another update, even with Jaguar down so much. We had another update today, so that's the good news. Look at the portfolio. So up $23,000 today, and that's with this one being down $21,000. That's a huge hit to the portfolio. But we'll come out of it. I have faith, and that's why all my YouTube sponsors wear those Jeff Schwartz emojis. So I think we'll be fine in it. But a couple things today. So Clovis, I sold out of that one. And I got out. We'll look at what price we got out. So we had a nice little profit on that one in a week, 2 week period. I'm just going to look on a dip. If it comes back down, I'm going to get right back into it. And if it takes off and runs, I'm just going to take it off my watch list and move on. But I've been watching it. It moves around, goes up a little bit, then comes down. So you know what? It's 5,000 shares. If I can catch 20 cents a quarter, 30 cents, it's $1,000, $1,500. Never know. Also, I added to our position on CTYX today. I have a lot of faith in this one. This is going to be my big home run. This is going to be the one where the Raja retires, maybe. But it's the same thing. Let's get 5-10 cents on it. It's $30,000. So the upside potential on a 5, 6, 7 cent stock is much greater than the downside potential. Because worst case scenario on that stock is only for us. We're into it at 18. What are we into it at? $18,000. So this stock. Every penny of that stock goes up, it's $300 for us. So I mean, this thing could explode. Excuse me. Every penny is 300. Every tenth of a penny. Excuse me. 1/10 of a penny is $300. 1 penny, $3,000. It goes up for us. So that one's gonna be our big one. So we also jumped into that Ambio pharmaceutical. That's the one my good friend who's a stockbroker recommended. And the only downfall with this one is it's like an ATM. They can sell stock at any time to keep raising capital, but I don't think that's what their goal is. I think they have some capital on hand, and I've been watching this one too. It trades in this range of 140, 160. So this one we got in at 145 or so. We'll look at the exact price. If this one goes up to 160 or something tomorrow, I'm out of it. Let it come back down. I'll buy more. Same thing. We'll just pop these things all day long for $500, $1,000. Let's look at our Apple today. Whew, I mean, it's just on fire. I mean, pretty much worthless. 5.5 cents. And Apple after hours is up again. If Apple tomorrow, if these come down to like 4 cents tomorrow, I'll probably close them just to close it out. And I'm looking at stuff. I'm looking out for next week, the 122s. They're far away from where Apple's priced right now, but it's next week's going to be tough to play. We may have to wait till Wednesday, right before the close of the market. And it's nice. If I was hoping Apple would have stayed down a little bit, because Apple in a lower, closer to this range, I think there's a lot of support at 125. I think after what Netflix did, and like I told you guys, Apple, this fourth quarter for Apple is going to be the best quarter they have ever had. Hands down, best quarter ever. So it'll be interesting. I think it's going to get blown. It's going to blow it out. But if Apple next week is at an all-time high on earnings day, then it gets tough, because it's at 138, it's the high, it's 132 right now. If Apple, is 135, 138 next week, it's like, it already ran 10 points again, 7-8 points. So these are just tough, and like I said, you can get stung so bad because of the fluctuation. So I want to play aggressive. I want to make a lot of money, but you know what? I want to end this week up 10% for the year. If we can end this week at $5.5 million, $5,500,000, I think it's a great start to the year. Like I said, it gets tough, guys. When what's tough is it's the law of money. If you have $1,000, it's easy. I can double $1,000 all day long to $2,000. You have $10,000, I can probably double that all day long. But you have $5 million, it's tough. And we've set a big goal. I want to finish this year out with 15, 20, $25 million in this account. And it's a big goal. It's going to take a lot to do it. So this is just I'm just trying to give you guys, because this is going to be coming handy in the future, how I think and how I look at things and what I'm looking at and stuff. The big money in this is all going to be made in these, option contracts. These stocks are for fun, catching some money, 10 cents here, quarter here, nickel to a quarter. You know what? You can make a lot of money. You can lose a lot of money fast, just like we've seen in Jaguar. This thing, we're down pull it up here. We're down $45,000 in this thing. So, imagine if we didn't mess with any of this stuff, we'd be up 50. We made money on some of that too, but we'd already be over $5.5 million. So, you definitely have to look at that and stuff, but, definitely all sorts of different things there to look at. Facebook has been rocketing also. Chaos says Facebook. And like I told you guys, Facebook was going to be a big one. I just don't understand why it's so strong right now. And that's another thing. I hate buying into earnings season on something that's already up so much. Who wants to buy a stock? I want to buy a stock that's beat up or down and has a great earnings announcement and it takes off. So you definitely have to watch all those and everything, but definitely be interesting. Let's see. Somebody says, John Jasper says, that's why you trade the waves and let some free shares sit. Can't lose. I'm not sure what you're referring to, or free shares, but the options is where the money is at. If you want to buy a bunch of stock and you think the stock's going to go up, that's going to make more, or you just buy in the money options with very little premium, and you could have a lot larger of a scale play. But I know how to make money with the options. And honestly, if we make 200, 300, 400, 500,000 a week for the remainder of this year, we're going to be in great shape, and we're going to hit our goal of 15, 20, 25 million by the end of the year. Because you have to remember, once the account gets larger, we'll start making money even faster because you have more at play. Look at, with $5 million, we can make, 200,000-300,000 a week. With 10 million, we can make 400,000 or 500,000 a week. With, 20 million, we can make $1 million a week. It's gonna be insane. But we have to be careful. We don't want to, sometimes we get a little too aggressive, and that's where you get stung. After hours, well, let me show you the trades we did today. So today's activity, the AMB buy at 144, or almost 145. So that was a good buy. Like I said, if that thing hits 160, I'll probably cash out and then look for a dip unless it shows strong momentum. Clovis, I sold the 5,000 shares. We bought these, if you remember, at $5.95. So we sold out at $6.64. So 68 cent profit. So a little over $3,000 profit. So a nice little trade. Bought more of the CTYX at 7 cents. So that's down a little bit from, but it got as high as 8 cents today. So if it goes back to 8 cents tomorrow, that thing's going to be a home run already. And then the Apple, I just wanted to get something on the board and kind of play it safe. The premiums are out there before, in case Apple, here's the thing. If Apple runs away, 200 contracts at 80 cents, $16,000 in the bank, next Friday, it just sits there and $16,000, easy money, right? If Apple comes down a little bit, I'm going to probably play the 122, 124, 125, depending on where Apple is. I'm going to stay for most of my money on Wednesday. I want to be about 5 points away from Apple, because if Apple, like I said, I'm expecting it to go up very strong. And I may play a couple of hundred contracts right at the strike for like $2, $3. But the thing is, you get that $2, $3 premium. But if Apple was to drop 8 points, you get $2, $3. Let's say you did 100 contracts for $3, you get $30,000. But if Apple drops, let me just pull up the charts on this. If Apple was to drop on us by 8 points, you're the 2-3 on 100 contracts to 20 or 30 30 grand you're picking up, all of a sudden you're down 80 grand. It can flip flop very, very fast, so you have to watch it and stuff. But like I said, you can see here the if you look at the option chain, show it to us today. Of course, I don't know why this does this. Shame on Charles Schwab. Get an option chain. Hello. I do not know why it won't load an option chain for us. But we will just go back here to trading. And so for like next week, so today Apple's at 132. If we were to write the 132 right now, it's at $4. So I mean, that's a lot of leeway. If Apple keeps going up, I'd love to write 1,000 contracts. I get $400,000 profit for next week. But if Apple goes down 6 points, I lose $200,000. If Apple goes down 10 points, I lose $600,000. So these are where you really have to, and we're not losing it because Apple's going to come back all the time. So these are where you have to make those decisions. Do I play that for, I'm going for the big one next week. Do I play that hardcore? And if I don't get it, I just keep rolling it out even if Apple goes down 10 points, it'll come back, but like I said, do you play that? I don't know. So those are going to be a big decisions, but I'm not going to make those decisions. The big decision will be Wednesday, right before the market closes, before earnings comes out. That's where everything is going to be. And that's where we got to make this stuff, the biggest decisions. Friday, I'll probably write some garbage stuff way below, like I said, way below, just so I have some stuff on the table on the, so we have some money going into the week, 150, 200,000 worth of stuff. NEO this week, honestly, tomorrow, if NEO's up or once those contracts on NEO, I think they were at, we got all the money back. We lost on NEO plus on this week. I will probably on NEO. NEO's at, these are at, 34 cents. If these things go down tomorrow to about 25 cents tomorrow, I am going to get us out of this because NEO, I don't know what this thing's going to do. Tesla, all these other electric vehicles are up. NEO keeps coming down. So we'll be watching that one closely. But yeah, and same with these 800 contracts here. I'll probably close these out tomorrow, like I said, at 4 or 5 cents to free up some money. I may write some more of these 122s because here's the thing: the 122s, and if Apple keeps going up, it's not going to really affect us too badly. Or I'll just have a lot of cash freed up because I've been looking at Tesla again. And last Friday we didn't do it, but this Friday, and especially to all my Patreon members, thank you guys. 59 of you, almost to 60 Patreon members, and you guys get all my trades in real time. If you want to be a Patreon member, you just go to patreon.com/Raja Makes Money. It's in the banner at the bottom here. You guys get my trades in real time. And I think this Friday, I'm going to make money on Tesla again. We're going to hit it. Last Friday, we didn't get it done. I think the market's going to stay pretty stable the next 2 days. Biden's been signing a couple of new orders. Now we get to drive on the highways wearing a mask. It makes no sense in your car. It's that dangerous. But he has some different mandates and stuff. Stop building a wall. Honestly, it doesn't matter if you're Republican, Democratic. We have a proper way to get in our country. So I don't think, security measures. I don't think the wall. I just find it hard to believe this is what the first day in the office he's worried about is a wall. Well, then why do we have border crossings? If you don't want a wall and you want to have 1,000 miles of land where everybody can cross, bring drugs in, illegal trade, killers, everybody flood, leave these countries, then why have border crossings? Why should anybody then have to do it legally? If I don't think the wall's a security issue. It has nothing to do with personal agendas. But that's what the first day in office. That's what they're already making it. I hope it doesn't affect the market. I do know one thing: Biden is not a big fan of Bitcoin. Let's look at our Bitcoin guys, and that's why I think you've seen the Bitcoin struggling and coming down today so much. When the markets are up and Bitcoin's down, that's a really bearish sign going forward. So hopefully we see some huge momentum in Bitcoin, especially, if stuff gets crazy, because you have to remember, a big chunk of Bitcoin, if you guys have watched the people who own Bitcoin and where a big majority of Bitcoin is, Russia. Hello. Biden hates Russia. And I can tell you one thing, Putin is not a pussy. He's not going to back down. So hopefully it doesn't cause a lot of problems. But there's a lot of Russians playing Bitcoin. And, Bitcoin may not have the same. This could really affect Bitcoin in the future. 10 years from now, I'm sure Bitcoin will be $100,000. A year from now, it could be $100,000. It could be $1 again. What if Biden says no more Bitcoin in America, or it's not considered a real currency? Lots of things we got to be careful of and be alert of, in the marketplace. But it is interesting. You have markets, and the markets aren't at all-time highs because of a, change in presidential, because, the markets were at all-time highs when Trump was in office, the markets are just when you dump 1.9 trillion more in stimulus into the market, it's going to go up. It's hard not for the market to go up. In different sectors, you're going to have your sectors that are going to go down, also. But and let's also finally let's look. So yesterday, remember everybody, we were talking about AMC. Let's see, AMC had that big rally yesterday. Let's see how it's doing today. Looks like the rally ended down a couple of percent today. I mean, it's still up from where it was, but this is to my point. And what I was saying is, and especially like with Netflix growing and Netflix announcing 71 new movies, the movie theater chains are going to be rough. It's going to be a rough go for these guys in the movie theater chains. Let's look at our other hot one that you guys all liked, that Jeff was telling us to jump in, the bingo. That one today down 12%. So that's a big hit. So from 52-week high to down 2 points from the high. So not sure why. Or if there was bad news or anything there. Don't know. This is one I follow, which was interesting. A cannabis one. It was way up today. I do have some cannabis stocks. SHWZ. Not in this portfolio, but I do have some. But yeah, Medicine Man today up 15%. And this one keeps going up. So I know a lot of people are playing cannabis stocks and different things. This one's bounced all around the place, but today definitely near the 1 year highs and stuff. So not sure why. Didn't see really any news on it. Didn't really look for any news, but definitely up there. And they just acquired a couple of cannabis stores here in Colorado, but it's a big mover. So you're always going to keep your eyes on those. What else was looking interesting? Oh, this was the Signal. This one still blows my mind. Signal. How in the hell could this thing be anything more than $1? But it was back up again today a little bit. It is dropping overall, but I don't understand how this stock is still staying above anything more than 60 cents where it was. I swear to God, Elon Musk had to have said, I screwed up. Here's couple $1 million. Somebody please just keep that stock stable so everyone doesn't, hate me forever or something. I don't know. It's crazy. Just crazy. So good stuff all around. What are you guys watching today? What I want to hear from you guys. So questions. Chaos says dumb people are still buying it. Which stock? So bingo, somebody says bingo will hit $20 eventually. They had an offering, so don't know about that. Not sure. A lot of these companies have all had offerings, and that's what's interesting with Jaguar is they had that offering at $3.38. Usually when you have an offering, the stock usually stays at that price or above that price. That's usually a bullish sign. So for it to have been down so much today, definitely interesting and stuff. Bear Claw in the house says Apple killed it today. Grab for 129 calls for 122 yesterday after market close. Sold today at 353. That's great. Congratulations. So Apple is just on fire. Renslots likes Pinterest. Mara is a good daily play. I'm familiar with that. Also, guys, don't forget about our We Bull Challenge. We have the link in the chat. Anybody who wants to sign up, start with $100 on February 1st, and we're going to see who can make the most money by the end of February on the Webull app. So we'll get you exact details, but we'll have Brian Denver will get pictures. You guys will send us a picture when you start. You can't add any money to the account. You can only have $100 in it for this time. This is our first time doing this little challenge for fun. Maybe we'll have a prize or something. I don't know yet, but this is for fun. It's $100. Throw it in a Webull account. I want to see who the best traders are. And if somebody is a shining star, they're going to be giving me some advice, because the guy who gave me Jaguar and some other stock tips lately, he's not doing so well for me. He's not doing so well. He needs some better picks. So big shout out to all our YouTube sponsors that have access to those really cool emojis, those up arrow, down arrows, and the hot stock picker. So Jeff's new pick, but this is a sure thing. This is an IPO. So if you're in this IPO ahead of time, yeah, you're gonna make 50%, 100% on your money. It's gonna go from $3-4 to probably $7 or $8. It's a clean energy stock. But if you're not in the IPO, these are tough. Some of these IPOs have done really well after the fact, and some of these IPOs will tank. My guess is an IPO at $3-4 it's not a huge IPO, but you never know. Like I said, I'm sure it'll be an easy double and stuff. So we'll definitely be watching that one when it comes out. Somebody says, can screenshots be taken on a Webull? Yeah. So if you're on your cell phone, you just take a screenshot, or your computer, and you'll send it in. I would think for a $100 challenge that people wouldn't cheat. So just a basic screenshot saying, look, February 1st, I got $100 in my, January 31st, I got $100 in my account. The contest, starts on Monday, and every week, people will send it in. We'll see how everyone's doing. I'm not expecting 100 people in it, but maybe 10, 20, 30 people. But I want to know who I'm going to be watching. Whoever makes the most, I want to be watching. I'm not afraid to throw $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 at these stocks, and have some fun. So, but like I said, I want to be very, very careful. Because I don't want to lose sight where the money is. And where the money is right here. Apple options. If you guys look, I've made all my money in Apple options. It's not the sexiest. It's not the prettiest. It's not the most exciting. But long-term, Apple options are going to make us a lot of money. They're going to make me the 10, 15, 20 million this year. So that's where we're definitely looking at. We got a super chat, $2 super chat, Chaos. Can we start a Discord? So I am looking at starting a Facebook group for everybody in the Patreon members to have a Facebook group. So it's obviously, it would be a really great group, because the Patreon, as far as the chat in there, is kind of hard because it's just individually posted. And if people have, stuff they want to talk about and meet other people and stuff. So we are working on that. The new studio is coming along great. We got all the equipment in. So Monday, they're going to be working on setting it all up. So I'm excited for that in the next 2 or 3 weeks to have our new studio. It's going to be really cool looking and nice. And we're going to have really good audio and stuff. So it's coming along good. So excited for that. Monday, Tuesday, we're in Las Vegas again next week. So we'll be doing the show live from the Cosmo. So it should be pretty good. Shank says Apple options. Yep, Apple. We've been selling puts against Apple and printing money. So it's been good. Also, remember, guys, this is just what I am doing in the stock market. So be careful. You guys know your risk. You guys know what you want to do. This is just what I do. I've been very successful in trading stocks. I know what works for me. I know what my risk appetite is. Sometimes I get a little bit more riskier on some stuff just because I get bored or I want to have some more fun in it. Sometimes I'm very conservative. So you just got to, play it safe and do what you want. If you're watching on Facebook right now, make sure you follow me. Make sure you click that little thumb up guy to like this video, and and the thumb up to like the page, Raja Makes Money. If you don't click that, you won't get notifications when we go live. Also on YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to us and click the gray bell so you get notifications, because it is a live show. If you don't have notifications on, you're not going to know we are live. We usually try and go live around 4 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes it's a little earlier, sometimes a little later. That's the general time. I try and stick to it in that range, but have your bells clicked. Have those whistles going off. John says, my pot fund continues to shine. MJ pot fund. Yeah, some of those pots have done good and some have done nothing. Gamble, the Globe slots, wheat stocks could shine bright soon. Definitely can. It'll be very interesting. Greg C., if you want to visit a pool in Vegas in the off season, will the casinos make it happen? Or Gerg C. Sorry, Gerg C. If you want to visit a pool in Vegas in the off season, will the casino make it happen? So some casinos, the pools are open now. at the casinos, but I would just call the individual casinos to see if the pools are open. I mean, the weather usually is like 50s, sometimes the high as 60s right now. Not really pool weather for me, but they do. I mean, most of the pools you can go outside and look at them, but I am pretty sure that they are open. I know at Circa downtown it's open because that's where their whole big pool sportsbook area is to watch games and stuff. So I know that one's open for sure. But I do not know, as far as depending on which place, I just can't answer that, for you. I wouldn't know. So it says for Raja, they will make anything happen. So, yeah, I don't know about that one. So, Gurk, I can't even pronounce these. Gurk Dulo, keep an eye on CRPB. It's at $1.77 now. Could run to $8 plus. So when you guys do tell us these stocks to watch or anything, let me know why. I could tell, keep an eye on Apple. It could run to $500, but why? So always let me know. Crazy Carl in the house. I bought 900 shares at $2.50 in March. Dividends are great. ICAGY, and it's still real low. I don't know what the dividends are, but you have to be very careful with some of these dividend stocks because if they're losing money, if the stock's losing money, and here, I'll pull this up. It's Crazy Carl. I don't mind looking for you. ICAGY. If the stock is losing money, they may end their dividend program. So you have to be very careful. A lot of these stocks that look like really good dividends. I mean, if you bought the stock at $2.50, that's great. I mean, this doesn't even strike me as a stock that would have a dividend, but dividend. So you have a 1.48% yield. The stock's way down. This is, I don't know. Airlines Group. Oh, yeah. So International Consolidated Airlines Group. So my guess is this company is losing a ton of money. The dividend yield on this, they probably will suspend paying a dividend. I don't know for sure. But if they don't have the money in the bank to keep paying a dividend right now, they'll suspend the dividend. The good news is, Crazy Carl, if you bought this thing at $2.50 and it's now at $4.50, I would get the hell out of it and not. I mean, the dividend is 1.5%. So if you have 250, how many shares did you say? You have 900 shares of this. So if you have, let's just do the math. If you have 900 shares at $2.50, that's 900 shares at $2 is $1,800 plus another $450. So you got $2,200 in this, Crazy Carl, and it's $2 a share up. You have an $1,800 profit. If you bought this for the dividend of 1.48%, so on $2,200, a 1% dividend is $2. So I mean, if you have an $1,800 plus profit right now, take it and run. I don't know why you would play a dividend move on a $2,000 investment at 1.48% dividend. Or excuse me, the $1.48 dividend, the yield, yeah, something's fishy here. I was reading that wrong. Sorry, I was looking at the thing. Yeah, the dividend. That's why I was confused here. Yeah, so the dividend yield 32%. Yeah, my guess is they are not going to pay you $1.48 a share. Something seems very, especially being an airline, and we know every airline company got crushed based on their stock price. Being as high as $14 and as low as $2.39. If this company pays out the dividend, I would be shocked. Anything's possible, but I don't know. I would take the profit and run. What do you guys think? You guys think this company is going to pay out the dividend? Something is really, really, really suspicious in that one. So yeah, Rupan, yeah, not sustainable. Sell the sucker. So and thank you for catching that. Yeah, on the dividend. Something definitely is real interesting. Terry says SKT dividends backed. SKT. Let's see what that one is. Yeah, some of these companies that aren't making any money, those dividends are, they're not going to pay out much. But yeah, any dividend that's just so out of whack like that. So yeah, this one, the dividend 5.5%. That's pretty good. The highs, the lows, outlet centers, United States. So I'm surprised, even like an outlet center. I don't know a lot about this one, but if the dividend really is back, if the dividend is really back at 5.5% on that one, that's pretty good. I just find it hard to believe that like a lot of retail is getting smoked this year, and plus you have all the moratoriums on paying, your rent and stuff. So I don't know. It'll definitely be interesting on that one and stuff, how some of that stuff plays out. So Biden right now is holding a press conference. Right now it says on coronavirus. Can only imagine what he's saying. Made a plea for national unity. I hope we don't have a preacher. I don't want every day to be, an evangelist in office. Oh yeah, look at this, guys. So this is how good ad targeting works. This is pretty much some of the new items I bought for the new studio and everything and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, these mics are going to be killer. So we'll have great audio. Same mic that Joe Rogan uses in his podcast. Should be pretty good. But let's see here. Let's see how the market's like what he's yakking about. We have a pre-market. There it is. All right, up a little bit more. So hopefully it will keep going well and stuff. But definitely be interesting. Who knows? As long as the markets keep going up, the Raj is happy. I want us all to make a lot of money. So do you think AT&T or Verizon are good dividend stocks? So I'm going to be perfectly honest. The Raja doesn't, to me, the dividend stocks, for a couple of points, that's not what I'm looking to make. And honestly, to lay $100,000 and, it makes 3%, 5% a year. It's a great return at 5% a year, but I don't know if that, to me, in my size portfolio, it doesn't mean a lot. And even like for you guys, if you think about this, if I'm able to take my money in the stock market and even just double it, I'm not really worried about a 5% dividend, because if I had $5 million in the market and all we did was buy Coca-Cola for 6% dividend right now, 5% dividend, and everything, and the stock stayed perfectly straight and everything worked out perfectly and nothing changed or went up a little bit, it's not that much money, and when you look at stuff in the greater scheme of it, for $25,000 for $250,000 for the year. So on $5 million, I'm going to make $250,000. That's $20,000, a month or so. I definitely could live on $20,000 a month. I'm not saying, but I'd much rather make $500,000 a month. And unfortunately, the stocks that I'm playing or using the option strategy, I'm not going to be able to take advantage of the dividends. But if you have old family money, or it's just sitting there, you don't want to sell your stock, or you want to, just buy something and forget about it, and work on that, 4 or 5% yield. Let it be. News alert, Jeff Schwartz, up 17 cents since the show started. Well, hold on, Jeff. So I'm going to go look at this. So when the show started, it was already up like 14 cents. It was at 306. So you're telling me it's like 320? That would be incredible right now. Let's see. Where is Jag at? It's the big news. 314. Nice. Up a little bit more. It's 22 cents now. There we go. Come on, baby. We only need to get this thing to $3.80, and we all make money. So, but like I said, this one's interesting. So, like I said, made no sense why it was down today. Makes no sense why it's up so much. It's just nobody trading. And you know what? I almost bought some more. I even said to Jeff, should we be buying more? Should we be averaging down? What should we do with this thing? And I was like, if this thing goes down more, then who cares? I didn't average down. And if this thing is going to go to the $4 or $5 range, then who cares? I got plenty of it. So, let's see. Shank. Raja, what minimum do we need in our brokerage account to benefit from Patreon membership? Thanks. So if you're going to do option playing, and this is me shooting straight, I don't, like to BS you guys. If you only have a couple of $100, the Patreon is probably not going to give you a lot of benefit. To be able to do like the Apple options and the different stuff that I do, honestly, you need about, with $25,000. I'm seeing people with 25 grand who are following and doing what I'm doing are making $500 to $1,000 a week. And that's not playing the stock picks. That's just straight, like this week they did the 124. If you have 25 grand and you did the 124 option on Apple, at the beginning of the week at, $1, 10 contracts this week on your $25,000, you're pretty much going to make $1,000. And, you'll buy them back Friday for 2 cents. for $20, and you'll write the 124 for next week or something for another $1. Those people are making $500 to $1,000 a week. And that's just being conservative, not getting too aggressive. I mean, if you want to get aggressive, you can make more and you can lose more. So these are just people being very conservative. To actually be able to trade options in any kind of substantial way, you pretty much need about $5,000. And you could buy, 1 or 2 option contracts of Apple. It's still going to make you good money. I mean, even at 2 contracts at $1, it's $200 a week on $5,000. It's not going to, but like I said, on 25 grand, so if you had 25 grand, you can make, 500,000 bucks a week. And as it grows, you could, you're going to make, it could be $50,000 for the year or more. If everything works out, who knows? Or if you get a little bit more aggressive, it could be 100,000, 200,000 off 25 grand. It just depends. Also, you have to remember with the strategy that we're doing, as long as Apple is staying away from the strike price or keeps going up, we can't lose. And that's why I like this strategy so much. Like I said, this isn't a sexy strategy. This isn't oh my God, the Raja bought, 300,000 shares of something at a penny. It went to a nickel. He just made $40,000 today. That's sexy. That's exciting. I know that's what you guys want to see. And we're gonna nail something here. But the strategy on these Apple contracts, it's just so simple. I mean, it's idiot proof, honestly. You just write these things. You sit around in a lounge chair for the week. Hope Apple stays above where it is, or like I said, if they're 3 or 4 points away from the money. So even if Apple comes down 2% during the week, it really doesn't affect you. This is just basic, simple, make money, but it's not sexy. So so honestly, that's how I would look at it. Like I said, these other stocks, you just never know. Hard to tell. But hey, guys, thank you so much for joining us today for Raja Makes Money, another winning day. We are very, very close to our we are $18,000 away to $5.5 million. We'll be up. So my goal is I want to end at up $500,000 for this week. So fingers crossed that we don't screw this up somehow. But like last week. But let's finish up. I think it's a great start to the year to be up $500,000. How many people made $500,000 already this year? Let's do it, guys. Come on. And I think it's a good compliment. Anybody, if you have 10,000 in the marketplace, hopefully you made $1,000. If you have 100,000 in the marketplace, hopefully you made 10,000. If you have 5 million in the marketplace, hopefully you made $500,000. I think it's a great start to the first 3 weeks of the year, especially with all the turmoil and craziness and just everything going on. It's just insane. So much stuff going on in the world and the office and stuff. Also, a big shout out to everyone doing the Webull Challenge. Like I said, we'll have more information in the next week or two, but just very important. Get your account set up with the link we gave you so it shows up on our end. You also get the 2 free shares of stock. $100 max, $100 minimum. This is for fun, and this is for bragging rights, and also to be my you may be my stock whisperer. So because I want to see what people do. I know what I do, and I know it works well, but I like seeing. I like getting. Everybody likes those hot stock tips. And there's so many stocks. Honestly, I can't follow 2,000 stocks and know what they're doing every day. So it gives everybody an opportunity to have fun and bragging rights, which I think is the most important of all. So thank you guys so much for joining us today for Raja Makes Money. I hope you guys had a great day in the marketplace. I did again, 2 days in a row, and only 2 more days left this week. So, hey, keep having lots of fun, make lots of money, and I'll see everybody tomorrow afternoon for some more Raja Makes Money.